Hey, what's going on, guys? Think the Brick here, back with another FaZe Brick Live for you guys today. As you guys can see, I remembered to go back on the second account for this, just because it makes more sense to do a FaZe Brick Live on the FaZe account. Um, so yeah, let's jump back in on here. I don't have anything on this account. No camos, really nothing. So we'll see how this goes. Probably shouldn't snipe first game on, probably the entire day, but
Lock and load.
let's try it. Lucky first shot. Okay, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Um, my connection has been terrible the past couple days. Um, basically, I'm not really sure why it's been happening, but it'll show good connection, and then it just turns to just terrible connection. No scope through smoke. Get wrecked. And the next couple of days are actually going to be very interesting for me because the day that this goes up, being the Friday, of course, um, for the live FaZe Bricks Fridays, whatever you guys want to refer to it as. It's a very interesting day for me because I need an engineering class. Because someone's birthday is today. Now, I did mention this person in a lot of other videos that I've done. I mentioned this in a couple of live streams talking about things, you know. But she's basically the reason that I'm here right now. Just her love and support. Unfortunately, basically, I'm just gonna tell you guys the story. And if it's long enough, it might have to be 2 games. Because, okay, let me just start over. So, in 2011, well, kind of early 2012, 2011, I was with this girl. I was dating this girl that I had met through a friend, one of my best friends at the time. And you know, we really had never met. It was more of us just, it was kind of like like a friend setting up another friend on a blind date. And it turned out to be really, it was, she's just amazing. She was just amazing. We got along so well. I really felt like we had this connection that I haven't felt with anybody ever before. So the problem with all this was we never actually met. Now, we never met in person. We always, you know, texted or called or something. And that's just how we did our talking. Whenever we had made plans to see each other, they always fell through. Even before we were together, there was plans of us just kind of going to a movie just to hang out, to get to know each other a little better. Is there 2 of them there? There it is. And it was just, we just got along so well. We felt really comfortable with each other. We felt like we had known each other for so long. And she was a musician. She was in a band, a local band. Are you serious? I'm in the middle of a story and I hit marker a shot that I hit marker like one of the last weeks. Oh well. Okay, I'll continue with it. Hopefully I can hit the shot later. But she was a musician. She had not really been noticed by any local labels, any majorly known people in the business, and basically because where we are, we're just not known enough, we're not big enough in the city that we are to be picked up by, you know, big record producers, whatever you guys want to refer to it as. So when her and I were together, we well, she was faced with a difficult decision she had to make. We were together, we were doing really well. You know, I was just always really happy when I was around her. And she was always happy when she was around me. That's just how it was with us. And one day she texted me and she was like, I don't know what decision I have to make here. I don't know what to do. I asked her what it was. She was offered, apparently someone through like a major record label in Canada found her music through her Facebook page. Because back then can't say back then obviously, but she, as far as I know, she didn't have a YouTube. So that's how, so she didn't have her music on her YouTube or anything like that. She had it through Facebook links. And apparently someone had found her music, her band's music, through her Facebook and contacted her and offered her a contract in Canada for their record company. And it was her dream. It was her dream to become a musician, to get widely known. But the difficult decision came when if she was going to take this offer, then she would have had to move to Canada by the end of the week. And this hit me because I'm just an all-around nice guy who, and not to boast myself here, but when she was putting this in this, I feel like I'm not spinning as fast. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm not. There we go. When she was put in this position, I didn't want to be the guy to tell her that I want her to stay, because I didn't want to rip her biggest life goal, her biggest dream away from her like that. I didn't want to be selfish like that. But on the other hand, I didn't. I wanted her to get to her dream. I did. And to have a dream like that, it takes a lot of hard work. So that's why I wanted her to go. Fulfill her potential, see if she could really go as far as, the label promised her. And so she left. And then this is towards the end of October. The friend that had originally set us up texted me kind of later in the evening around like 7:30 or 8. And it's crazy that I remember the time, I guess, because it means so much to me right now. But she texted me. I was just saying, what's up, what's going on, and she never really had much good luck when it came to car accidents. She was in a handful of them, in her life, and I always thought she was really lucky that she made it out in the way that she did. A couple short instances, that, she was on her way to and was in an accident and just couldn't make it, was my high school graduation party, as well as the graduation ceremony, which were in the same week, basically. So I got a text from my friend saying some pretty upsetting news. She had actually passed away in a car accident from a drunk driver. Now, before you guys, start loading the comments with apology, with just envy and just all this loving stuff, I do appreciate it, but I'm okay now. So basically, the reason I'm talking about this was her birthday is actually a day before mine. Hers was the 15th of April, mine was the 16th of April. And that was another thing that really just brought us close together. Was we were born so close, and then we just got along really well. So I always thought that was a really cool fact that our birthdays were days before each other, and we always just got along so well. So the reason I'm talking about this is because the day that this gets uploaded, it will be her birthday on the 15th. Um, and I also wanted to mention this because it's been on my mind lately. It's been, it'll be 4 years this October that she is gone. And I'll tell you what, guys, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. It's, it's just one of those moments where you think, and I've always kind of thought this way too, of, oh, well, I'm not running out of bullets, I gotta do something. Oh well. I have always thought that just how my life worked. I always thought that whenever I got happy or everything was just going really well, something had to ruin it. I'm not sure what happened there. I like glitched through the roof, but now I have a different way of looking at it. Now it took me 2.5, almost 3 years to get to the point where I am, to where because we were so close, we had so many songs and artists that really just got to us, and that those were our songs. And every time we would hear the song, we would think of each other and just get really happy. And it took me almost 3 years to be able to listen to those same songs again, because my mind was clogged with just I was grieving for 3 years because I had lost someone so close to me, someone that I never would have thought that I would come that close to. And what made it worse was right when days after I found out what happened, I had told one of my other friends because I just needed someone to talk to. And she told me that, I just told her what happened. I told her that she passed away. And my friend told me something that, just for future reference for any of you, please don't say this to anybody. But my friend had said, after I said that she had passed away, my friend had said, well, that's a relief because she deserved it. What a great friend that was, right? So that made me think really hard about it. I usually, nowadays I wouldn't let that stuff get to me. I just pass it on and just forget about it. But that stuck with me for 2.5 years. And, anytime I would bring up the situation to anybody that didn't know about it or was okay. I messed up the shop, but whatever. We'll do another game because I want to finish the thought about this. Um, Basically just as a sense, just don't tell anyone anything about that because it destroyed me. It did. It took me 3 years to get back on my feet with it. Every now and then I do kind of have a breakdown here and there, just because it kind of gets to me like that, just thinking about it. But just don't tell, never say that someone deserves to die, even if you don't like them, because it destroys people. Because back then, I was the person to believe everything that everyone said. A little extra part here. Another thing of why we were so close, because we felt so close, because I felt so close to her, she felt so close to me. We just felt good together. I, she was planning on driving back from the town in Canada to back across into the U.S. to see me. It was a surprise. I didn't know that she was doing this. Actually, we'll go with some breach. Really, we'll switch it to breach. But I had no idea she was gonna keep it a surprise, and then just show up the next day at my doorstep, and it wasn't just that I was going to see her for the first time, but just that she came back for me was would have been just an incredible feeling. But the fact that she, I felt so close to her that I actually was contemplating proposing. And it's tough because, like I said, I've never been that close to anybody, and to this day, even though it's been 4 years, I still have never been close to anyone as much as I was to her. So, I do like to be open with you guys. I like to share things with you because it gets me closer to you guys. Although a lot of you did not know this because you were new subscribers. Um, and if you guys were wondering what videos I mentioned this in, she was the main point. Her name was Alice. She was the main point of a video I did back on MW3. It was just a gameplay commentary because that's when I used to do those. It was just a commentary over near-death experiences. I've had some experiences. She had some experiences. Um, so if you guys are curious, just go search on the channel near-death experiences MW3, something around those lines, and you will find it. It's a gameplay on Outpost, just team deathmatch. But I want to share this stuff with you guys because I want to get closer to you guys. I want to be able to have, these heart-to-heart conversations about these topics. Um, just, I want to feel closer to you guys. And even if it means sharing some really personal information like this to a lot of you, which are in a sense complete strangers, then I'll have to do it because I want to get closer to my fans. I want to talk to you guys more. I just want to have a better relationship with my fans than I do now. So I think what I'm going to do is, I shared that story. That's also kind of what's been on my mind with just the days that have been, pretty close and everything. And I just thought I would share that with you guys, just in case, for my newer, obviously my older subscribers, missed it, know a little bit about it. They've heard me talk about her in past videos and other gameplays. But I wanted to share this with you guys just to give you guys a bit of a different look. I did take a lot out of this. I took a lot of positive, a lot of it was negative, but I took even more positive thoughts out of this situation. One being, just take life, just have fun, is a big one. Wow. I did not even mean to do that. That was cool. But just have fun, but don't take life too seriously. At the same time, treat every day like it's your last because you don't know when it's gonna happen. You don't know when it's gonna end. And she always had fun. She had an incredible sense of humor, which is one of the many things I liked about her so much. She had a great sense of humor. She always loved to have fun, and she would always crack a joke. And the same thing I do is, we both cracked a joke at a serious situation because we wanted to make the other person laugh and kind of ease their pain a little bit. And like I said before, it took me a while to listen to even certain songs. I think the main one, which was a big one, it's an older song, but it's one of those that everybody knows. And it's Amazed by Lone Star. And that one that was the last song, or one of the last songs that I was able to listen to and not break into tears from. Because that one had a special place for both of us. It was basically just I gotta be careful, I don't wanna get a double kill here, but we just, some songs, and a lot of you guys will know if you're in a relationship with someone and you have that specific song that you guys, every time you hear it, you think of each other. And Amazed was one of those songs for us because it's it just it it's how we felt about each other. That's really all I can say. Is that that's exactly how we felt about each other. That's how I felt about her. And because of that, I had already come up with a couple different situations in my head revolving, the proposal that I was planning on doing. Um, and it was gonna be the song played at our wedding. Go ahead, call me out, say a bunch of things, go ahead. Because that's what was gonna do. That's what was gonna happen. And it took me 3 whole years to be able to listen to that song. Because every single time I would listen to it, I would cry every time. Because I would just think about her. Think about us. Think about what we were. Instead of thinking about the good things, I was thinking about kind of the bad things, which is not the way you want to think about it. Um, Luckily, I did have, other than the people that I told, I did have a select group of people that did feel bad for me and did, they were there to talk if I wanted to talk, if I needed to talk about anything, they were there if I needed them to be. And it's just, it's a lot to take in. And I do apologize that I've been talking about this for like almost a half hour. But I wanted you guys to understand not just some things that I've gone through with some personal experiences, and this one is extremely personal, but I've been open with it enough that the only people that I'm open, the only people that know about this story and know about how much she meant to me are people that I know won't judge me for the choices that I've made or the person that I was for some years ago with the decisions that I've made. And they think of me now. And I really messed up. But I didn't want to share with you guys. That's just kind of been on my mind lately. And I do this every year. When it comes to this day, I go onto her Facebook wall and I write happy birthday to her. Even though she's not here physically. Also being the guy that believes in the paranormal and spirits. For a while, I actually believed that she was right next to me. Because I just felt like she was there. I felt like she wasn't gone. There came a time where I just didn't feel any presence of anything next to me, and I just kind of, gave up on it. But I truly believe that she was there for a short period of time next to me. And, even though she's not here physically, she's here, mentally with me always. So I do write on her wall every single year. For those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, which not many of you are, or the even fewer of you that knew who she was, knew who Alice was, you will see, you can go to her Facebook page and see that I am the only person, me and maybe one other person, which is the friend that got us together in the first place. We are the only two people the past 4 years to even mention anything. And a lot of you are probably saying, well, it's obvious, she's not here anymore. There's no reason, for anything else to be going on with that. But it shows, it's the same thing every year. The last thing that's going to be on there is me just wishing her happy birthday or just doing something on a holiday. Like, I would occasionally, not every year obviously, but every now and then I would, on a holiday, I would write something on her wall saying, she did love Halloween, so every Halloween I do say something like Happy Halloween. Because that's just, even though she may not be here physically, and I don't necessarily feel her presence as much anymore, I know that she's still watching over me, and that she can still see, obviously, in a sense, she can see what. So just the thought of just leaving comments like that just makes me feel like she is, in a sense, proud of me that I'm still here. Because there were multiple times during those 3 years that I did not think I was going to be able to live on. You know, I felt like I was left alone. And I did have I had a select few friends there with me, you know, through all of it, and, you know, they were there to tell me that everything was going to be okay, and it eventually was. You know, every now and then I still will get, you know, the occasional breakdown, which everybody has. You know, if you don't have a emotional breakdown, then something is a little bit wrong, because, you know, it's just, I realize now that having those breakdowns made me realize that that's just how much she meant to me. Just thinking about her in these senses really makes me realize of just how much she meant to me. So I'll leave a comment, and actually a little bit later today, maybe once this video goes live, I will go ahead and write on our wall. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Just any feedback, if you guys have anything you want to say about the topic or just the game in general, just please let me know. Also let me know if you guys are open to kind of a separate little series. I have a lot of series on my channel, actually. But if you guys want a separate series, or just a variety of videos of me just sitting down and talking about kind of serious topics like this, and whether it's just a gameplay like a commentary over a gameplay in the background, or a live commentary, definitely let me know. It means a lot to me to hear you guys' feedback about this, especially of a serious topic like this one. So just, you know, just leave something in the comments about how you feel about the subject of the matter, or just about the gameplay as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the first try hit marker that first game, and then that shot, even though I messed up a little bit. Leave a like and a favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Please leave any positive or negative feedback in the comment section below. Either way, it helps me out. All my social media stuff, such as Twitter and Twitch, will be in the description as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys.